Alright everyone, so welcome back to my channel, and today we're attempting another cooking challenge. Why are both of these hard? Shouldn't one of these be easy? Have they upped the difficulty? I don't know, but without further ado, let's get started. Also, I'm in the middle of a heat wave, and I almost didn't do this challenge because it's really hot, and I don't feel like doing nothing. We're getting cooked over here, y'all. We're basically in the oven. Let's get started with the grilled tuna steak and orange salad. Alright, sounds yummy, sounds delicious. I've never had a tuna steak, but I do like canned tuna pretty darn good, if I'm being honest. I don't think I've made any of these dishes either. I'm just gonna get my spices ready. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait to cook everything, which I don't think I have to cook the orange salad. No, I don't have to cook the orange salad, but I'm gonna wait to cook everything. That way it all comes out hot. So I'll wait to cook this tuna until after I get the orange salad done. I mean, it's a technique. It might work. I also noticed that the leaderboards for some of these challenges are messed up. Grill for 80 seconds. Where's my grill? Where's the griddle grill thing? If you're cooking on this, it doesn't count. You have to use the pan with the griddle thing in it. At least in my experience. I could be wrong. This is what I always use to grill things with. So we'll just put that there and wait. Let's get started on this orange salad. Oh, there was one right there. Oh well, everything's free in this game. It doesn't matter. So 100 grams of orange. This is 180 grams of orange. Ew, there's an onion in this. I'm judging. So I have to somehow get 100 grams of orange. Well, alright, we'll practice cutting an orange. Why exactly 100 grams of orange? I mean, that's 8 grams. That's gonna be close. I'm almost afraid to trim it up anymore. 96? I mean, let's see if I can do better. No. You know, it would be really cool if, like, the recipes, the tutorials, actually give us tips for cutting things instead of just saying, hey, figure out how to get 100 grams of orange. It really does feel like they just kind of throw us to the wolves a bit. 91. Alright, I'm getting a technique here. I'm developing a technique for cutting oranges. Because when in doubt, practice cutting something 400 times. From what I can only assume is that we're cutting the tips off of the orange. Excuse me. Pardon me. That's what I can assume that we're doing. 101. That's pretty good. I'll probably use that piece. But I'm cutting up a few extras in case I mess up the cutting process, because this is a two-step cutting process. Not only do I have to trim the orange, I have to cut it into pieces. It's useful to have backups. That's all I'm saying. That's just my point. Backups. 111, not quite. Just shave a little piece off. 86, too bad. Too bad. 86, the oranges. How do you like that for a cooking joke? 98. That one's pretty good. So I've got 4 usable oranges here. Now let's see. What do I gotta do? I gotta take 60 grams of onion. So can I cut this perfectly in half? Stop spinning. That's what I hate about them. They spin. They got a mind of their own. They got a worm in them, probably. 65 and 55. Close, but no cookie. Let me see if I can get that to like 61, 62, something like that. A 1% margin of error. That's what I prefer. No. 57, 63. Still close. I don't know what happened there. That definitely did not cut the way it was intended. 62 and 58. That's close. Got 2 good pieces of onion. I'm going to cut up a few more because, as I said, I make mistakes. I make lots of mistakes. I need to have extras. Now, I'm not too worried about the salmon. You can't... Not the salmon, sorry, tuna. You can't really mess the tuna up. You grill it for 80 seconds on 2 sides, as long as you get the seasonings properly. That's all that matters. The really tricky part is the vegetable cutting. Because they're a bit snobbish at this eating establishment. After all, we're supposed to be a fine dining eating establishment. A 5-star eating establishment. I did pretty good. These are really good. I've even got a couple in there that are 60. That orange has got a mind of its own. Right, so we take an orange and cut it into pieces. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 pieces. We have to cut you into 5 pieces. How do I cut you into 5 pieces? Tell me your secrets. Do I slice it like this? Hey, quit that. See, it's got a mind of its own. No, I need you on your side. No. You need to be like that. No. A really good thing I'm not timed. 2, 3, 4, 5, right? A couple of those work. This is definitely where that little rotating mechanic comes in handy for your fruits and vegetables. The trick is getting it to set up right. I'm gonna pick through this bowl of orange and see if I have any 20-gram pieces. There's 1. I need 5. I don't think I have any more. You know, the rest of these are not good, and even that one's kind of ugly. Later. I actually think I'm starting to hate this game. I really am. This just feels too tedious. Anyways, have to season the orange and onion with salt and black pepper. But I gotta cut up this onion first. Thankfully, this just gets cut into 4ths. That's doable. That's easy. For a physics game. It's very easy for a physics game. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's almost perfect. 5 grams of salt and 5 grams of pepper. And it all seems to go on that one on top. Fine. Fine. Add to a bowl olive oil, 20 mils. White vinegar, 10 mils. Drizzle in mixture. As you can tell, I've stopped trying. Once you've done this so many times and you gotta get things cut perfectly, it gets to be a bit much. Alright, and this gets garnished with 2 oregano twigs. I think it's funny how it just goes through the plate. Like, it's just completely ignoring the laws of physics. This game is so broken. Alright, and now we're going to look at the pumpkin soup while that tuna finishes up. I've made fast pumpkin soup, but not pumpkin soup. I actually might already have enough onion here. Yeah, I do. I just got to cut these in halves. Actually, I got to cut these into quarters, not halves. I was mistaken. I have too much onion. I don't know how I managed to do too much onion. Still too much onion. Still too much onion. Alright, there we go. 118 grams of onion. That's almost the right amount of onion. I don't know how I messed up that bad, but I have extras. And I'm going to pull the onion out of this pan because putting things in the pans in the order that the recipe says apparently matters. So 10 mils of olive oil into this pan. And then the onions. I'll spread them out so they will cook evenly. 30 seconds. Alright, grab a pot, chicken broth, 500 mils of this. 20 grams of salt, 15 grams of black pepper, 20 grams of garlic, alright, I have added the thyme, and now I gotta add 1,000 grams of pumpkin. Which is really saying something, because these pumpkins are huge. 926 grams. That is a little over. A little under. Still under. God, I really hate the pumpkin part. It could just be the heat making me hate this game, because it's hot. Like, it's so hot. And I do. I've realized just how much I dislike the cutting mechanics in this game. Wow, that was really undercut. I really dropped the ball there. Yep, and again. And again. Alright, this one's 1.1 kilograms. That's pretty close. Will that even fit in the pot? It's not gonna fit. Maybe if I cut it in half. Because that's not gonna fit in that pot. There we go. I shaved off a little bit. Now it's exactly 1,000. Yeah, it's getting blended anyway, so we can even just throw this thing in this. If it'll fit. It won't fit. I'm just chopping it up so it'll fit in the pot. Boil for 90 seconds. What do I do with the onion? Transfer into a pot. Okay, so the onion goes in there with it. And then we get some sour cream, because you can't forget the yummy sour cream. And then it gets garnished with cilantro leaves. 6 grams of cilantro. We'll come back to that one. Let's check out this scallops and bacon chowder. Transfer onto plate. Okay, so potato, onion, carrot. I think that's 2 potatoes. So where are the potatoes? Where are my potatoes? Onion, carrot. I think that's 2 carrots. Yep, that's 2 carrots. Drizzle them in clarified butter, and then we cut them up. Where is the clarified butter? It's here. Here's the clarified butter. What is it? 15 mils of clarified butter, yes. Did I turn the wrong burner on? I think I turned the wrong burner on. No, the right burner is on. The burner just isn't working. Sometimes that happens. That is a glitch in this game. Very common that your burners will not work. Ah, that one's working. So 90 seconds once again. And so I have the 15 mils of butter. Some butter for you. Some butter for you. Some butter for you. I'm all out of butter. The vegetables were thirsty. Now we cut the potato into pieces. 25-gram pieces. And now we blend and add sour cream. And I don't have a blender because the game doesn't give me one in this mode. Makes me buy it. And then, what is it? Sour cream. Here we go. Sour cream time. And then 300 mils into a deep plate. This actually wasn't that bad. This was not a bad recipe. I like any of the recipes that don't require precise cutting. Those are the easy ones. Those are the good ones. And we've got our cilantro. And I guess, let's go. Let's serve it up. Eat up. Don't want to look at it no more. Too busy trying to figure out how to cut potatoes. 6 pieces. Each potato gets cut into 6 pieces. I've given up on the proper cutting method. I mean, you can do it. It's doable. I've just given up on it. I don't care anymore. Like I said, it might just be the heat making me upset. And this gets cut into fifths. How do you cut an onion into fifths? I can quarter an onion. That's easy to quarter an onion. Why fifths? Why? Carrots don't even want to cut. Alright, the vegetables are very crudely cut. Transfer into a pan and fry for 30 seconds. I have a pan somewhere. There we go. No oil. 30 seconds. That's it. 30 seconds. Add to a pot. So now I need a pot. I need 700 mils of chicken broth, which I have 500 here. I'll have to buy more. And then add to the pot. Chicken broth, thyme, salt, pepper. Alright, let's get the thyme. We got 18 grams of thyme going in this. There is oh, dried thyme. I was very confused. 12 grams of salt. And 12 grams of pepper. 15, close enough. Potato, onion, carrot, and boil for 20 seconds. Burner's working now for some reason. It wasn't working a moment ago. Okay, and then add to a pan, butter, and bacon. How much butter? 15 mils of butter. I have never fried bacon in butter, but that sounds very unhealthy. Oh, it's 2 pieces of bacon. Wow, we actually give them 2 pieces of bacon this time. 60 seconds. Cut cob of corn in 2 pieces and add to the pot. This feels like a fancy dish. It sounds yummy, I would eat it. Cutting the cob of corn into fifths. Don't have a lot of experience cutting the corn in this game. It's nice when the corn is mostly the same shape. It's uniform, that's the word I was looking for. So now we add 100 grams of sour cream. That's exactly how much sour cream I have left. Yay! A scallop. So much stuff going into this pot. Look at this. Kinda looks like a crab pot. Okay, boil again for 60 seconds. Now let's grab a scallop. I confuse scallop and scallion. A scallion is a green onion. So I fry the scallop for 50 seconds. I'm going to use this pan here. No oil, so I'll have to empty out the mixture. We are really overcooking those potatoes. Are we supposed to overcook those potatoes? They're getting the snot cooked out of them. I didn't start my timer. Damn it. I'm just guesstimating. That was probably a minute. Then we add the bacon for another 40 seconds. And this scallion gets fried for 50 seconds. Scallop, sorry. And virtually everything in this pot has been overcooked except for the corn. Each serving consists of soup, 250 mils. Let's get some of that yummy soup. Cob of corn, 60. 70 grams of potato. Okay, 1 piece of very burnt bacon. And 1 scallop. Serve hot. Okay. Alright, I don't have high hopes for this one. I don't. Alright, so we didn't do too bad. I'm ranked number 19. Yeah, I didn't do too bad. Not enough olive oil in that. Hey, it only said the potatoes was bad. Too much butter, too much sour cream. Okay, even though I put exactly the amount. that the recipe called for. Now, I do want to point out that a lot of these recipes I'm making for the first time, so this is not bad for a first attempt. Remember to like the video if you like it, subscribe if you're new. I post content all the time. I post whatever I have on hand, whatever I feel like playing. I play horror games, I play cozy cooking games. My favorite games are the horror games. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.